welcome to my channel. My name is Monica and I'm an independent sales representative with Avon, and today I thought we'd do a chit chat, get ready with me, and discuss makeup brushes. So today it's pretty warm in San Diego. Summer has finally arrived here, so if you do hear some humming noises in the background, it is the air conditioning, and I'm going to leave that on because this room gets pretty warm as it has a southern exposure. So that said, let's get started. Even though it's warm, I'm still going to put on some makeup because that's just simply what I like to do. And the first thing I put on, my skincare is all on, moisturizer, all that good stuff, have on my sunscreen, and I'm going to use the FMG Cashmere foundation. And as you've seen me do before, I'm going to use a little chiseled beauty blender. Now, a lot of people that you might see on YouTube, ladies, beauty gurus or beauty influencers, will use some type of makeup brush to apply their foundation. And I have done this in the past, but what I don't like about liquid foundation on brushes is that it can be streaky, and it's not very much fun to clean liquid foundation out of a foundation brush. So I've tried all kinds of brushes. I even bought this cute little set from Eco Tools. These are really nice, by the way. They are really nice. I don't know if they still sell them, but it's a dense, flat brush. But what I like to do with foundation brushes is to simply use foundation powder or powdered foundation. So I like this one that I've had for years, and I don't think Ulta sells this one anymore, but this is a nice powder foundation. And occasionally when I need to get out of the house really quick, I will use a powder foundation, and I will use one of these brushes to apply it, get it on, and get out of the house. So that's what I use foundation brushes for, not liquid foundation. It's not very much fun to clean liquid foundation out of brushes. So that is not fun for me. So I don't do it. So I just do my normal, and I'm not even going to really put that much foundation on because, like I said, it's quite hot. And I can deal with hot, but when you add the humidity, then I'm not happy. Oh, thank you. I'm not a fan, but at least the sun's out because we were doing a lot of overcast days, and that can get kind of depressing. So I don't like overcast days. So anyways, I'm gonna do some concealer, and I will just use the same little sponge. I don't think they sell this concealer anymore. Actually, I'm going to put some eyeshadow primer on while I'm doing that as well. I don't think they sell that concealer anymore. It's a shame because I think it's really good. So they'll probably bring it back. Stuff goes in and out of stock. It's hard to really tell what's going on with products sometimes. So I just don't question it. I just wait till I see it online or in the brochure. That's just what you got to do. So I just kind of pat that around, and again, not doing anything too. I'm not going anywhere today, so a little bit of here and there, and then this is the concealer that they currently have, and I just use this as an eyeshadow base. I don't know, that just kind of works for me. And it just covers up any discoloration that you may have on your lids. Magnification here. Magnification. That helps a lot. And then I just kind of look at my skin and in the magnification and think, well, this is as good as it's going to get today because, like I said, I'm not going anywhere. All right, so what I do with these, because I was complaining about having to clean a brush, is what I do with these is I just throw them in this little laundry bag. So these are all clean, but I throw my used sponges in a laundry bag, and then I throw them in the wash, and they get all clean. These are all clean, and then I just hang them to dry, because if you put them in the dryer, they kind of get roughed up, and you'll be oops, where's my sponge? You'll be applying with your sponge, and you'll notice you'll have little black sponge dots all over your face. So I don't dry these. I just kind of hang them to dry, and now these are all clean and ready to go. And I didn't have to wash anything, so that's kind of my little tip there. Let's see. Next up, I would use a powder brush, and I'm not really picky about powder brushes. I kind of have all kinds to apply like a face powder. So I just need a fluffy type brush. It can be any shape. It doesn't really matter what type of brush it is. Let's see what else do I have. I have this one too. So any type of powder brush is just fine by me. It doesn't. I'm not really picky about that type of brush. So I like to put a little bit of powder on. And putting a powder on your eye helps just the eyeshadow blend a little bit better. So that's kind of why I like doing that. And I will get a little shiny here and here, maybe a little here, but mostly here and here. So I like to take that down. So again, a little powder brush doesn't, any type of powder brush is really happy for me. I'm not picky about that. And here's where I become picky. I really love a fluffy crease brush, and so I keep buying them because I love them. I love fluffy crease brushes, and so these are all my fluffy crease brushes, and I love them all. This is the newest acquisition. This is a fluffy crease brush from Thrive. It's not Thrive Market. Is it Thrive Market? I don't think it's called Thrive Market. It's just called Thrive Cosmetics. That's it. Thrive Market is something else. So it's just a nice fluffy crease brush. And I was buying an eyeliner from Thrive Cosmetics that I really like, and I saw this. I'm like, get you. I'm gonna get you. But I really did start out with a MAC crease brush back in the day. When YouTube first started, all the YouTube beauty gurus would use MAC brushes, and so that's where I started. I purchased MAC brushes, and then I just really realized that it's what I really like about a MAC brush is just kind of the dome shape. And as I learned how to do makeup application on myself, I discovered that I like a fluffy crease brush. So I kind of like something with a bit of fluff to it. So this isn't too fluffy. You can see it's a little more flat, but I mean it works all the same. To me, it doesn't really matter which, as long as it's something like this. One of my favorites is this one from Milani. I love this fluffy brush, and they have really good ones from. Is this a Profusion one? Let's see, that blending brush. Oh, I don't know where this one's from. I think this is from Profusion, which you can pick up at Walmart. You can pick up brushes really anywhere. This is one from NYX Professional. Yeah, so you don't have to buy a MAC one, but that's just where I started. So now I know that I really like a fluffy crease brush. So I'm going to use my new brush because I haven't used this one yet. And I'm just going to take this and put it in the crease. And you can use any brown eyeshadow that you like. I just happen to like that one, even though that is actually a bronzer. I think it just does a really nice crease color. I like it, so I keep using it. Oops, I just banged my elbow on the table. Oopsie. So, yeah, I'm just hanging out at the house. I will tell you, if you watched my other videos, I've done a really good job on my list. The only thing I have left to do is I haven't done my video outline for a video I want to do. And I haven't finished scrubbing the kitchen floor. I am 2/3 done. I have one section that I need to do. So I don't know if I'll get to that today. That doesn't sound very much fun. So I don't know. I might not do that. All right. Anyways, and then I continue to really use my crease brush for brow highlight. I'm just using this right here. So nothing too out of the ordinary. And sometimes I will use my crease brush to do like the outer corner if I'm just being messy and I don't really need to do anything fancy. But sometimes I will, if I'm doing a better application, like I want it to look a little better than just throwing it in the crease, I will do a flat shader brush. So I do like having a flat shader brush, and then you can pack that into your outer corner, which maybe I will do today just to show how that kind of works. And I just, just take it like this and just put it outer corner, which works really well. I had to fix an eyebrow that looks all crazy. I don't know. My eyebrows are kind of a pain. But there, I just kind of fluff that in the outer corner. Give your eye a little dimension and depth. But in general, I could just use this as well and just blend that out a little bit. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Let's see, what are we doing now? We are putting a rosewood on our lids today, and I don't use any brush for this because these are really creamy. They're really just soft. Look how pretty that is. That's beautiful. And I just kind of draw that on the lid. And then I'm just going to smooth it with my finger, really. I think your fingers make excellent tools as well. So you don't, I tap my nose. So you don't always need brushes for everything. I think your fingers work pretty good too. So, I mean, you can blend this out with a brush, I suppose. I've never really tried though. They're so creamy and smooth that I just do it with my finger. Now, the other thing I love to do, and I do this with my finger as well, is I just take a little sparkly shadow because this is kind of matte, and I just kind of put it on my finger and I just tap it on because it looks really pretty when we have sparkle. I think I like a little sparkle on my eye. I don't like the all matte look. I know a lot of YouTube gurus, they like, they do like a matte shadow look. I think it looks really good. I like when they do it. It just doesn't look good to me. So, a little sparkle. So no brush needed. I mean, could I have used this, picked this up and pat it on my eye? Sure. I mean, I can do that for the brow highlight, brow bone highlight. Little pink sparkle up there. Sure. I mean that works. Let's see. Next up, I don't think I want to do anything with my brows today because I don't. Yeah, should I? Is it all right? We'll do a little brow. For brows, I do. Let's see. I use a little spoolie, to just kind of go through and comb brows, make sure they're behaving. Don't have anything fancy for that. I mean, I might use a brush like this, but I don't have anything fancy for that personally. Hold on, I'll flip this over. Okay. Wow, I've never done this so dark. it's way darker than I thought. It'll come together though. Let's see. And I don't do too much for my brows. I'm not doing anything outside of the house today. Although I do have some errands. I need to pick up some dog medicine and I need to go to my P.O. box, and that's about it. But yeah, that is going to be my day. The other brushes I use for my eyes is something for eyeliner, to smooth out eyeliner. Or I might use something like this teeny tiny little brush to get in the inner corner. Don't use this too often, but I do definitely use angled liner brushes like this so that I can smooth out eyeliner. So let's see, I was going to use an eyeliner. Let's see, we're just going to use this brown sugar. And we'll just do a quick line. This brown sugar is so much better than the first one I bought, which was so dry that I just wasn't a fan of this particular color. This is in the Diamond eyeliner from Avon, and it was so stiff, like it just wouldn't transfer. So I just thought it was like a dud. But this one is so much better. I do like it a lot better. Got that on. So brown sugar is off my bad list of eyeliners. So there. You can go ahead and buy that one. You can buy that now. It's a good one. But I did get a dud, and it was really dry, and it just skipped and dragged, and I was like, all right, this is not normal for an eyeliner. Yeah, it works perfectly well. So I'm very happy about that. I'm trying not to be so head top of my head in the camera. It's kind of hard to do. So you have to kind of watch what you're doing in the mirror, of course, while you're applying cosmetics, and then you have to watch what you do in the viewfinder. It's all tricky. So yeah, this is applying like a dream, and I love it. Beautiful. Very nice. I'm glad I gave it a second chance. So it applied really nicely, and you can see the sparkle really nice. At least I can in the mirror. It's not too sparkly, but it's a little sparkly. So the other thing I like to do to make sure that this isn't going to go anywhere is just, take my fluffy brush, dot it in a powder, and just run it under my lash line, just to make sure it's not going anywhere. Perfect. All right. Next up, what I like to do for blush is sort of, or bronzer, is just sort of either use my one favorite little brush. This is a little brush, a stippling brush from e.l.f. And I do like to use that with cream. Or if I'm going to do powder, my favorite type of blush brushes are sort of a flat domed brush. So these are pretty flat. And then they're kind of flat and narrow. So they look like that. And this one is just from Sally's Beauty. I love this. This is a beautiful, beautiful brush. It's gorgeous. This is a Milani one. It's one of my favorites. And this is just from, I bought this, it's called Afterglow. I don't know if they're still in business. I've had this brush since the dawn of YouTube. Just if you take care of your brushes, you will have them for a long time. So we're going to do some fun blush. I'm going to use the Glow one. I think I've used that on camera. I think that is this one. Ooh, so pretty. And what I do is just tap into the product and make sure that you don't pick up any balls in your brush. And sometimes tap it off a little bit, and I pat, pat, pat. And I think that's why I like these brushes, because they're flat, and I can just go pat, 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 and then I just kind of blend it around. Oh, that's pretty. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure you don't have a blue ball. And then I just add it just like that. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty. I like it a lot. That was a good buy. I'm glad I did buy that. All right, and so my makeup's kind of done, and I didn't use a ton of brushes. Yeah, so yeah, that's about it for me. But I will be back because there's two more things I want to chat about. Some brushes that you don't really need, and some cleaners that you don't really need, that you should avoid. So I'll be right back. Let me go fix my hair, get dressed. I just, kind of got dressed, did something with my hair. I'm just gonna let it air dry. I just kind of have a little ponytail, and that's all we're doing with the hair today. I also put on some mascara, and I added a little sparkle to my eyeshadow. I love putting this little guy right here in the center for a little sparkle. I love that. And then I added this sterling eyeliner to my inner corner. I think it's really pretty. So this is a diamond eyeliner in sterling. Love it. And for lips, I have a Birthday Balm on in Surprise. So yeah, just kind of simple makeup today. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing colorful. Just, I just like to look nice. That's my goal in life. It's just look nice. So, anyways, regarding brushes, to recap, these are kind of the ones that I consider essential. So for me, I need some type of powder brush, and I'm not really picky about what type it is, so got that. I do like kind of a flat-ish blush brush, so got a few of those. I love a fluffy crease brush, and I got a ton of those to play with, so I love them. Keep buying more. And also, I like a flat shader brush. So you can use that for your outer corner or to put eyeshadow on your lid. I tend to use my finger a lot, but yeah, there's that. And I also like something to smooth out a liner. So this is just an angled liner brush, and I use kind of a spoolie for my eyebrows. So these are my essential brushes that I use. I use some variation of this every day, and of course, I use my famous beauty blender. And again, if I wanted to use a powdered foundation, I use something like this. So yeah, that's what I use for brushes. A couple of things about brushes that I wouldn't buy. I would stick with synthetic type brushes instead of like animal hair brushes. I do have one animal hair brush. It's by Jane Airedale, and this brush is just pure luxury. I believe the bristles are goat hair, and I feel like I have to really baby this brush. I use shampoo and conditioner on it because I feel like I have to condition the brush to keep it nice and soft because it is natural hair, animal hair. It is a beautiful brush and I love it, but I don't use it that much because I have to baby it. So, you know, just kind of beware of the type of synthetic fibers for makeup brushes have really come a long way. So they are really just as nice, and I think they last longer and wear a little bit better. And as far as cleaning, mentioned I use shampoo and conditioner. A long time ago, when I first got into brushes and cleaning, I did use the MAC brush cleaner, which is a pink cleanser, and that works great. But I just felt like I just didn't really need that level of clean, for a personal use brushes. The one that I would avoid that a lot of people recommend is I believe it's called Cinema Secrets. I'm not sure if that's like the actual name, but I will put a picture on screen here. And it has a lot of alcohol in it. And when I purchased it, I felt like it really dried out and ruined a couple of my brushes. So I wasn't a big fan of it, but I know a lot of people use it. And especially, I guess, if you're a makeup artist and you're using your brushes on other people, you probably need to use that level of cleanser on your brush to keep everything clean and germ free. So that's good. The other thing that I would totally avoid and never ever buy or use is that color switch. That is the worst thing ever. It's a little. I'll put a picture on screen. It's in a tin and it has like a little roughed kind of spongy piece in the tin, and it does work. Like it will remove color from your brushes so that you can use this brush. If you use this with a really dark color, but then you decide, oh no, I need a light color, and you don't want to blend in the dark color, you would swirl this in the color switch and it removes the color from the brush. Well, it also really roughs up the fibers, and then your soft, lovely brush on your eye becomes very rough and scratchy. So never, never use that on your brushes. What else? There's so many things I want to talk about. Of course, Avon sells brushes. You're like, well, why didn't you didn't use any Avon brushes in your video? That is true. I'm not a fan of double-ended brushes. I always keep my Avon brushes in the silicone case that just kind of opens this way. And I do like them, but because they're double-ended, I just don't tend to reach for them. I think these would be really great for travel. What I like is I like an open, or I like my brushes upright. So I'll show you. Let's see. So this is one of my storage solutions for brushes. You can see I have a ton of brushes because I love to buy brushes. What can I say? So I have that. And for my table here, I just recently purchased this little guy. And I got this on Amazon, and it's domed. Obviously, it keeps the brush dust off the brushes. It's got a little door. You open the little door, and this spins around. So I didn't buy any new brushes for this. I just took brushes from my my open one and put them in here so that I can just have these kind of around when I'm doing tutorials or something here at my YouTube studio table. And so yeah, so I got those. But I do like the Avon brushes. This is the FMG. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the one that's it's an angled blush brush. So I usually pick up blush with the angled brush, and then I'll blend it out with this end. So I do like this brush, but because it's not able to sit in something like this without ruining either end, I just don't tend to reach for them at all. The other one that I really, really like, which one is this one, because I really like that angled brush, and I like this little guy for detailed work, like in a corner or just doing underneath your brow bone. That's really nice. I don't quite like this one. This would be the crease brush. It's just not fluffy enough for me. I mean, it gets the job done, and this is the flat shader portion. So it gets the job done, but it's not my super favorite one to work with when I have like fluffy brushes like this to work with. So they're not bad, but they just aren't my favorite. They just aren't my favorite. So I mean I have to be honest. They're here. I did buy them, but they're just not my favorite. And the other last thing I wanted to have to go off camera to grab these is to not feel like you need to buy makeup brushes to be able to do your makeup. You actually do not. And I would encourage you to think back. If you're my age, I'm in my late 50s. Oh my goodness. What did you use when you were 18, 19, 20 in your makeup? Well, I don't know about you, but I just used the applicator that came with the product. So, sure, I used the sponge tip applicator. Was there anything wrong with that? No. I mean, FMG provides the applicator here, which I just dropped on the floor. Oh dear. So this is perfectly fine to apply makeup with if that's what you have. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. So yeah, they put them right in there. Now, of course, I'm not using it because I have brushes, but I keep it because I don't know, what if I'm traveling and I lose my brushes or something? At least I have this to use. The other great thing is, even blushes come with pretty nice applicators. That's not a bad brush. Now this one isn't very soft from L'Oreal, but I will tell you, if you needed to use it, this would work in a pinch if you needed to apply blush and you didn't have any brushes available. You didn't have I didn't have my blush brush. This would work absolutely just fine, and it's in there. So I mean, why wouldn't you use it? So that's why I keep them, because I just in case. This one's really nice from Revlon. This comes with a little brush right here, and I still have it in the plastic. But again, this would be perfectly fine. This is super soft. I don't know what material this is, but it's super soft. But sure, could you not apply blush with that? Of course you could. So these are perfectly acceptable tools to apply your products with. And so don't feel like you need to run out and buy certain types of brushes. Use the applicator that came with this. They're perfect. It's perfectly fine. And the last tool that you could use, which I use all the time, is certainly your hands. You can certainly use your fingers to blend out eyeshadow. So you don't particularly need every type of brush that I have. I've just been watching YouTube for a very long time, so I keep buying brushes left and right. I can't help myself. What's another one that I recently bought that is, like I kind of wish I didn't buy it, but I still love it. Here, this one. I just bought one from Laura Geller. It is the classic bronzing brush, and it is huge. I mean, this is huge. And so the idea with this is that you pick up your bronzer and you do that, that C motion with your bronzer. And it works just fine, but it's so thick that it's kind of a pain to wash, and it takes forever to dry, but it's beautiful. Like, look at how smooth. It's just precision cut, and it's a great brush. but I don't use it that often because it's a pain to wash. So yeah, I do really like brushes that are easy to wash, that I don't really have any too much worry about. For example, this brush from Elf. It's still a pretty nice brush. It's quite soft, but it's one of those things that if I ruin it, I can go out and get another one. It's no big deal. So that's why I like brushes that are more economical versus natural hair brushes. I do prefer synthetic brushes. They are quite nice. And yeah, so yeah, that's it for me and my little brush chat and get ready with me and all that good stuff. And I think I'm going to go get some lunch. I hope you all have a really great day. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I love chatting with you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.